goddamn, that music does get kind of scary. The deeper in it gets. I made that specifically to be my starting soon music. That's not repurposed. You know, I love repurposing music. But that's just what that was made for. And it's just scary. Hello. Welcome, howdy, hi, come on in. We're so close to finishing this picture. And then basically, once I finish, I'm immediately gonna start getting it uploaded onto Fourth Wall. So it'll be available as purchasable as soon as possible. But yeah, welcome, howdy. I do believe MomoCon is currently in action, so all of our companions who exist near that are probably not going to be in chat today. So it's just the rest of us. We're finishing our Magical Girls. We've got all the designs, and now I'm going to add some lighting and shading and give them backgrounds. It's probably not going to be the most extensive stream, but you know, if it's really, really short, then we can always pivot to doing something else. But yeah, let's get started. I'm basically just gonna go in order of that I've got the girls in on my, like, list of folders. Which means first up is adding some shading to Capricorn. Yippee. And I mentioned this previously, but I want to try to keep... And I've done the wrong layer. There we go. I want to try to keep the shading a little simple. I don't want to overcomplicate anything and kind of fuck up our good mojo here. So yippee, this is the part of doing art where I gotta, like, think about stuff to talk to you guys about. Luckily, I've got plenty of things, primary of which being... Guys, how come nobody told me my thumbnails suck? How come none of you have told me that my thumbnails are poopy ass? Because they are, and okay. They're not horrible thumbnails, you know, all things considered, but, like, specifically on Twiins, you know, on my main channel. It suddenly hit me how there's no consistency. You can't ever tell that it's a Twiins video you're clicking on because I have no marketing. I've got no like aesthetic. Every thumbnail looks completely different. And overwhelmingly, I've had this thought. I've had this, like, I feel like I'm not retaining viewers. It feels like I have to rely on new people to click on every video. And then I just haven't made this connection that my thumbnails are bad. I've actively, like, thought about how good Critter's thumbnails are. Critter has great thumbnails. She's got her really consistent, that, like, teal green color, and, like, that consistent background that she always has. And I've been like, that's a great her thumbnails are great. And then I just do not do anything about my not great thumbnails. Like a stoopy person. An absolute stupid head. So I am currently considering, okay, how do I make the thumbnails good? How do I fix my thumbnails? Well, that's just the big topic on my mind today. Have you tried the 3 thumbnail YouTube feature before? I have not, because that means making 3 thumbnails. And it's like, I don't want to do that. But I think, so here's the thing. I know things that I can do to have, like, a consistent kind of thumbnail aesthetic. I can either put myself in the thumbnail, or I could draw the thumbnail, or both. And I'm already doing one of those. Or technically, I'm already doing both of those. My VODs, I'm always in the thumbnail. And for my second channel that I've got going on, I'm drawing them. And so I'm aware of this to some degree. But just stupid. So yeah, I just gotta figure out which one of that I want to do with my thumbnails moving forward. I used to draw all my thumbnails back in the dark days, the dark ages, parentheses, Ruby. Yeah, I drew all the thumbnails except for reviews. Critter drew those. And I stopped drawing my thumbnails because I felt like they didn't look very professional. I remember very distinctly it was when I made a video about Cats, the musical, and I had drawn like Rum Tum Tugger, but it didn't look very good. And I was like, this doesn't look good, it doesn't look professional. The video also wasn't doing well. And I chalked that up to also my thumbnail looking bad. And so since then I shifted to like photoshopping together my thumbnails, like how I have been. Hello, welcome. But now, like I'm a much more competent artist, and I think I can make illustrated thumbnails that actually look good. So I think I'm going to do that. Also, I can kind of kill two birds with one stone. We can always have drawing thumbnail streams, which is fun and cool. So yeah, that's I think I'm gonna do that one. It does mean that it's like, now I gotta draw a thumbnail, you know, it's more work, but they're not that hard. I feel like I won't do that for Project Sekai though, just because I think being able to have the card art in thumbnails is just nicer. I can just start putting myself in the thumbnails. I don't know, you know, test the waters, see what happens. Your recent drawn thumbnails def look professional. Thank you, Philip. I appreciate you coming out. Oh, Plant Dog appears. I appreciate you coming out just to tell me that. And I really enjoy them too, honestly. Is this normal Doug? Okay, cool. Yeah, I've been really enjoying those as well. I think they're hilarious. I think they look great. I keep just looking at we'll put Jug. We'll put Doug in the jar. But I keep like looking at those thumbnails and being like, this looks so good. This is so hilarious. Which is what has me thinking that that is a viable way to go. Is me drawing my thumbnails again. So yippee. What's this, Capricorn? This one is Capricorn. Yep, we are adding shading. Doug Jug, exactly. Doing the dishes while listening to your VODs, and now you're here. Well, welcome back. Yeah, some of the VODs are pretty dang good for in the background, aren't they? Sometimes I watch other streamers and I think about how not entertaining enough I am. Just have to trust that my viewers come to me for some good reason. No point in trying to be somebody else, yeah? But yeah, that's been the overwhelming kind of concept of the morning, is my thumbnails are bad. I gotta make better thumbnails! What a watch streak! Wow-wee, 35? God damn. Just got off work, well, perfect timing. I was talking about thumbnails. And I won't linger too long, but I was talking about how my thumbnails have no consistency, and I've realized that that's like bad, and they should, like, you can't tell it's a Twiins Inc. video, and I want to remedy that, like just from thumbnail alone. And now we add some lighting, and then Capricorn's done. I'm drinking Canada Dry today. Don't have any monsters. Couldn't afford to go buy monsters after big vet bill. So my fun beverage is less fun. I've always liked your thumbnails. Lol. Well, thanks. I just think they're not very, like, they're just kind of generic. That's the problem. You can't. It's like, oh, who's this person? And then instead of versus like most people have themselves in their thumbnail, you know? It's like, oh, cool, it's PBG, you know? You just see him, and it's like, it's him. The Peeps. Speaking of Monster, just bought 2 of the apple flavor. Apple flavor, huh? Monster's got so many dang flavors. I've been doing, we've been doing sugar-free Monsters. Those are nice. The normal Monsters, like, it's not like they, like, feel really bad for you, but they do have a lot of sugar in them, so try to be a little bit healthy, you know? I had the thought at work, I feel like I said this actually to you guys already, but I had the thought, I was like, if I keep buying sweets like this, I'm gonna end up fat and poor. Yeah, that is good. I do like that. Okay, cool. Great! Wowie wow. And then... I think that's fine. And there... Well, actually, wait, maybe just on the shoe. A good leather shoe. Gotta add that white shine that no one can see. Has anyone tried the Death Water brand? I haven't had much luck in sparkling waters. They always taste like TV static. They do taste like TV static. You're so right. I haven't tried it, personally. But I feel like my manager at work has. And he was like, it is more sparkling water. So, I don't think we're missing out on too much. Next up is Sagittarius here. Death water? Yeah, it's just a sparkling water. Nothing all that special. I don't know why I think they're adult juice. The name definitely implies, but they love putting like kind of death and skull iconography in alcoholic things. So I can see how you got there. That's because the new flavors for the season, including Pop-Tart. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not huge on sparkling water myself. Allison's been drinking Celsius. And she enjoys them. Every one I've had, I've been like, yuck! So, you know, different strokes for different folks. Hang on, she's got a bunch of, like, edges that I haven't colored in. No, I gotta finish the shading. Otherwise I'll lose this color. It'll annoy me. She's got so many edges, though. How'd this even happen? God damn. She was like the first one I colored in, too. Celsius? No, Fahrenheit. Remember in elementary school they had a vending machine in the cafeteria that sold flavored water. Fascinating. I remember at college they had just like like kind of like a water fountain that was flavored water that you could fill up your water bottle at. I don't think I ever interacted with it. Been recently drinking Calypso. Tasting very sweet but good. I've seen that, and I keep wanting to ask, like, people, like, is that any good? But it's like, well, they wouldn't be drinking it if they didn't think it was good. So then I just don't. I just don't interact with people. Look at all these edges. Goddamn. All these little corners that just, I did not color in right. College was the time where it was windy and hot and made you look a mess. I would describe college as the last time things were easy. And not to say college is easy, but it was just the last time things were easy. Life got harder after college, and it wasn't because of college. College was not, like, being in or out of college was in no way the factor. But it was just the time. Sorry, I'm just cleaning up all these dang old edges. God damn. Bro, that's me right now. On a whim yesterday, I was like, let's boot up Uma Musume. Let's do an Uma Musume. So I boot up Uma Musume. It took a while, because I had to update. And then I did one career, it took me an hour, I didn't even win. And it was like, oh right, the reason I stopped playing. It's just so time consuming for being a mobile game. And if that's like what you're here for, that's great. It's obviously got an audience, you know, but it's just like, I've got stuff I need to do. I can't spend, and that's just for one career. The game expects you to do a lot on any given day. Like, there's a lot of dailies. And it was just like, I can't. This is all too much. So yeah, then I put Uma Musume back down. Maybe I'll play that again in another, what, like, year and a half. I remember having a drink at Disney during high school field trip. I don't remember what it was called, but it was sugary sweet, and the info next to it said something about it being Queen Elizabeth's favorite drink. I was chugging cup after cup about how much I liked it. Really wish I remembered the drink name. Fascinating. Queen Elizabeth, huh? Maybe it was just an Arnold Palmer, which is tea and lemonade. That'd be kind of hilarious. Shading in this hair is gonna be kind of a nightmare, and honestly there's a part of me that thinks I shouldn't even do it, because it's already so dark, and just add shine instead. It's so dark, you can't see that. Okay, great. Yeah, we're just not gonna touch the hair, in terms of darker values. Sagittarius's eyes look like Among Us. Fuck. Why would you say that? Well, that's just what her eyes look like. It's because, you know, she's space themed. Story of my life. I'll read down this game. Why did I delete this game? Plays for an hour, becomes miserable. I remember now. I hate this game. So many of them, worse than a game you hate is a game that's like kind of just mid, you know? A game that was like fine. Cause then you forget, you don't forget games you hate. You forget games that are just fine, and then you play them again and it's like, ugh, this is just fine. I'm wasting too much time. Too much of my day is being dedicated to this. Yeah, that's fine. I was thinking if I wanted to shade these in. I decided, yeah, that's fine. Flashbacks to getting over it. Man, getting over it, that was the only time I've really rage quit a game. I didn't expect that. And you know, and I think I've mentioned this hot take before, but I'll say it again because I stand by it. I think rage games are lazy. If you make a rage game, something like QWOP, like getting over it, that just tells me you're not good enough to make a real game. You hide behind, oh, it's got, like, the toast one, you are toast. You hide behind an unintuitive, like, control scheme, and like, poorly balanced gameplay. And you say, oh, it's a rage game. No, that just tells me you're not good enough. Because if you were good enough at making a video game, you would have made a good game. As it is, you've made a rage game. That tells me you were lazy. You did not make a proper video game. Is that a hot take? Yeah. Is that perhaps needlessly cruel to say? Yeah, probably. I think there can be decent rage games out there, but I think overwhelmingly the bulk of them are just like a bad game, but you say, oh, the gimmick is that you get mad while playing it. Oh, okay, so I guess we'll just accept that all this, that it controls like Dookie. Is that also Bennett? I've seen one thumbnail for this baby steps thing. Seems interesting and learnable. Well, that's good. And that's the thing. It sounds like my two examples were Bennett games, where Bennett Foddy made Getting Over It and also QWOP. And so I don't want it to, you know, sound like it's just Twiins hates Bennett Foddy. I don't know the guy. But that's just it's just because those are the two big popular ones. Like, I haven't seen enough of, Small and Pooh Bear made like Grand Pooh Bear, they made a rage game. I haven't seen enough of that one to have an outstanding opinion on it. That's the cat one. That's all I know. I know you play cat. I know it is cat and it is rage, and that's all I know about that one. I haven't seen anyone play it. That's the double-edged sword of being the most popular one, is that people use you as an example. Looked up the drink. It's Walvern water. Wow. It does sound fancy. Walvern water. That's some... That is some Queen Elizabeth ass sounding water. Now, hang on, I'm thinking. Cause again, I don't want to go too ham with the shading, you know. So. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's nice. Good and nice. And let's add some shine, and Sagittarius will be done. Hello, Ratman Jones. Welcome. It's your 3 years follow of watching me. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Sorry for wasting so much of your time. Does this mean my, like, stream anniversary is soon? I don't really know when that is. I actually feel like it's in, like, January? But I'm not sure. Thank you! Oh, it's one taker! 3 years and 3 months. Wowee. Wowee zowie. Thank you, I appreciate it, everybody. Been watching your streams live for over a year. That blows me away. Streaming, it feels like I just started. And also like I've been doing it forever. I think I mentioned this last time too. They're just, I don't know, it's just special to me. I suppose. Despite the, like, I was gonna say abject failure, which is hyperbolic. My streams do fine. I feel like I look at other streamers, feels like every other VTuber debuts and they have 1,000 viewers already. And I'm like, what I do wrong? You know? What did I do wrong? I just accept that, we're all a little bit different here. Whoever said Sagittarius' eyes are among us. Fuck off. I can't unsee it now. Me forgetting how long I've been on Twitch. Dude, anniversaries are boring. Anniversaries are dumb. If I ever, like, people who get really mad, like, my husband forgot our anniversary. It's like, that would be me. If it's important, put it on, like, a family calendar. You can't just expect everybody to remember, like, I'm bad with birthdays and I care about those, you know? Like, sometimes you gotta just tell people, hey, don't forget, our anniversary's coming up. Oh, cool, thank you so much for reminding me, honey. I'll make sure to get you something. Easy, wow, communication, it's important. Wow, cootie, a cootie pie. Sagittarius is done. Next is Taurus. Watching you make art makes me go, oh damn, I need to work on my tattoo. You do, you do. You still got plenty of time. Plenty of time. I'll make like a tweet at the halfway point, which is like the end of this month. But so yeah, you've got so much time. That's just the ones who happen to pop off getting all the attention. There's many more who just pop off with little to no fanfare and stream for the love of the game. It's true. And I think that's important. I think I've talked about this before, but this, like, you have to enjoy streaming. It's this question, it's like, why are you a YouTuber? Why are you a VTuber? Why are you a streamer? What do you want out of this? Because is it just to become rich and famous? That's okay. But you will feel more fulfilled if it's also something you care about. And so, I don't know, I implore VTubers out there to kind of think about that. Just think about why do I want to stream? Because if your answer is, I want to become rich and famous, that's okay. Now you know, like, what your goal is. Versus, if it's like, I just want to have fun. Okay, now you know what your goal is. You know, you gotta be smart about this kind of thing. Because you're not gonna just pop off. Odds are. You know, you don't just hit go live and immediately start raking in the muns. It takes a lot of work. A lot of work and effort. So yeah, just kind of gotta be aware of what your goals are. Why forgets the anniversary every year? It's only been 12 years. Girl, sometimes I gotta calculate my own age. You expect me to remember other dates? Exactly. I hate it when shows make anniversaries a big deal. Like, yeah, I get it, but there's no need to be overdramatic. I mean, with shows especially, you gotta just have a plot point, right? You know? Gotta have something this episode. Oh, it'll be the arbitrary anniversary episode. Hello, welcome. That girl you're shading in looks so cool. I love the colors. Thank you. This is Taurus. Wowie wow. You'll be able to purchase her in sticker form once I finish this. So that'll be fun. And then I'll make like a post. Like I'll tweet and post on Blue Sky once all these gals are available over on my merch shop. It'll be really fun. And I'm really proud that we were able to kind of get this finished up in time for also a new video releasing tomorrow. Patrons currently can watch it. Patrons always get videos early. But, yeah, tomorrow everybody will be able to watch, and it's just kind of wrapping up Magical Girl May nice and neatly. So, hell yeah. This is just what women under 4'9" looks like. Aries, maybe we wouldn't sound so bad if some people didn't play with big meaty claws. That might be the greatest episode of SpongeBob. I gotta say. It's certainly up there. It's funny, Squidward gets to be happy. The pacing is immaculate. It's peak SpongeBob, and he's barely in it. My favorite is the Amazing World of Gumball episode where Nicole thinks Richard forgot their anniversary, but the calendar was actually upside down. Wow. I've never seen Gumball, but that is the most Gumball sentence I've ever seen. Watch twin streams, and you can be part of the creation process of what might become merch. So you can buy it and say, I was there when it was created. Exactly. Yeah, that was the band episode. That's Band Geeks. I think I want that shading to be a little bit darker on other locations. I don't know why the flag twirlers flying off and crashing into the blimp gets me laughing every time. It's because it's the funniest episode. It's because that's a funny sequence. And I think that's what makes it so good, is that it really is just these little vignettes of things that they're all dealing with. And the flag twirlers, it's just one thing, and then we jump to the next sequence, and it's like Plankton running around trying to play the harmonica. Favorite part of that Gumball episode was where Nicole explained what a woman really means when she says something via subtitles. It's okay, sweetie. I love you. Subtitles. May the world have mercy upon you. You know, I will say, I've not really seen, like, anything from Gumball, but it does seem to be really, like... It really had its finger on the button when it came to, like, fourth wall humor. They weren't afraid to play with the fact that they were cartoons. I think that's pretty neato. I'm gonna talk about colors. We're segueing clunkily, but I've got a hot take about Ruby, and I think I've actually may have mentioned this on stream previously, but I'm saying it again because I would just want to make sure everybody hears this hot take at some point. So in Ruby, all the girls are really pale, and that's okay. Whatever. But fan artists love coloring in Blake and making her a much darker skin tone. Okay. Here's my hot take. The hot take is every single other member of Team Ruby would look better with that dark skin tone. Every single other one would work better on them. Yang especially, she'd look great with like tan skin. Ruby, it would help have her reds feel more like prominent, more valuable. It would certainly make the silver eyes pop better. Every single one. Weiss, don't even get me started. Don't even get me fucking started. Think about 2B and then her alt when she was in Soul Calibur. Dark skin with white hair looks awesome. Everybody knows that. But no, everyone always just makes Blake have darker skin. And it's like, she already has black hair. The values, no! Obviously, you can have dark skin and dark hair. It's quite fucking common. But that's my flamin' hot take, is everyone's always just like, only Blake can have tan skin or darker. And then everyone else, sometimes they'll do like just Ruby, sometimes they'll do just Yang. But like, it's consistently Blake. And it's like, but everyone else would look better. That's the hot take. Send tweet. Twiins off their meds. I'm glad that that's the sign. I'm talking about Ruby. Somebody get her medication. Weiss especially, like we keep having to like, I say as if I'm in any way related to that shitty community anymore. But people keep trying to bolster Weiss's values by putting black on her. It looked amazing with the Snow Pea outfit, let's be honest. But then like, or like they'll just add like red and blue, but it's just bad. It's just bad. It's bad. It's bad. I don't look at a whole lot of fan designs though. It just sometimes I'm perusing Critter's Twitter, and she does still engage with Ruby, and so I'll see designs, and I'm always like, why values? And that's it. That's how the thoughts come about. No, the show is very bad at keeping Ruby's skin tone consistent. You think Weiss should stay a flashbang? I guess, yeah, either lean in and have her be, like, really, really pale, or if we want to fuck around with skin tones, give Weiss one. I'm surprised it isn't more popular to draw Yang with darker skin. Just across the board, I don't know. And honestly, that's something that I deliberately never wanted to do, even back when I still talked about Ruby. Because I would talk about design, and quite frankly, what I was kind of known for, talking about character design. And I feel like maybe I had gotten a couple of comments asking, like, Twiins, are you gonna review, like, fixing Ruby's designs, or some other kind of fan AU thing? Are you gonna do those? And the answer was always no. I would never go in to critique other just fans' designs. Certainly not the same way how I critique the company designs. Because a fan, that's just a fan having fun. Draw whatever you want. Unless they, like, submit, like, hey, please critique me. Like, I can't judge them at the same level as a team of professionals. And that's the other thing. Often, I didn't have anything nice to say. Well, not nothing nice to say, but just, yeah, often it was just like, I don't know, I don't quite like this very much, so, I'll just keep my little negative opinions to myself, because I don't want to rain on anybody's parade. I think a lot of people could learn about that. You don't always have to share. You don't need to rain on everybody's parade sometimes, you know? I've got to fix something with Taurus in a second once I finish shading her in. Ruby looked good with the tan and the concept art, because she looks alive and makes the gray-silver parts of her outfit and eyes pop out more. Exactly. The problem is they keep making her the exact same color as, like, skin tone as her shirts. I've talked about this. This is old news. This is ancient. Nothing has happened with Ruby. I stopped watching it. I stopped watching and reviewing it at the end of volume 8. A whole volume has come out since then, but nothing has changed. Nothing has progressed. The conversation is still stagnant. And I only know that because I keep getting fucking comments on my old ass videos. And I'm like, okay, great, cool. You're still here. You can leave. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, now time to fix something really quick, because her face is, like, bulging out weirdly, and I don't want it to do that. And now I can go in and kind of fix that shadow there. Great, and now we can add some shine, and the Taurus will be done. Actually, do I want to add shading to these black parts? They're kind of dark, so no, I don't think so. Not to shit on your art, but it's kind of weird. You can only see her eyebrows through only one of her bangs. Yeah. I guess it's because it's closer. Since Mosswalker hates me personally, wants me dead. There you go. You've lost your thick eyebrow privileges. I don't mind kind of asymmetry and stuff like that. But if someone's gonna be like, not to shit on your art, but then it's like, well, alright, cool. I'll just change it. No. Yeah, there we go. That's fun. Those people still commenting is like that one meme of the guy dancing. I was just thinking of that too. And what's funny is they'll leave comments like, algorithm has recommended this to me again. I wonder why. And I'm like, because you keep fucking clicking on it. That's why. That's Because it's ancient, and yeah, you clicked on it anyway, and then you're leaving a comment. That is why. YouTube doesn't care how old a video is, they care how much traction it's getting. And you continue to give it traction. And so it's going to be recommended to you again. And that is why. And I'm just like, I wish people would click on my new videos. But they don't, because all my thumbnails are bad. For everyone who kind of trickled in a little bit later, I started the stream by talking about how I'm annoyed that my thumbnails are all kind of dookie, in that you can't tell it's a Twiins Inc. video by just looking at the thumbnail. I have no consistency with my thumbnails. And I'm mad. I'm mad about that. Because it's like, why didn't anybody tell me? Why didn't I figure this out fucking 7 years ago when I stopped talking about Ruby? No, she gave us partial brows. This is what I get for not saying slash jocular. Twiins has single-handedly forced the word jocular into my vocabulary. I'm glad about that. I'm glad I can fuck you guys up. Random question. Do you think every type of story is adaptable for a different medium? No. Amazing question. No, I do not. And I think a big thing that that answer hinges on is how integral is the story for its... How important is it that it is being told in its original medium? I think a great example is Doki Doki Literature Club. Listen, all of us sits here and thinks, wouldn't it be cool to have a DDLC anime? And theoretically, yeah, it could be cool. But it would have to be completely different. Because Doki Doki Literature Club hinges on the fact that you are playing the game. That you have to physically interact with your game files. That's what makes it so interesting. And you can't do that in an anime. You would have to completely change how the anime runs. What the plot is, even. And so no, I don't think everything can be adapted. I think most things can. And if you are willing to change stuff, then, you know, anything can happen. But, just like straight up, like a direct one-to-one interpretation of a story, no, not everything can. Great question. There she is. 7 years ago, my time machine works. Kruby know what they're doing? Last time I looked them up, Miles, I feel like I haven't seen any notable new credits on his writing career. Carrie, basically doesn't exist. Barbara, I think, deleted her Twitter, which makes sense. Erin also, I believe, deleted her Twitter. Kara is just an adult doing a grown-up woman job, being a happy, normal person. And then Lindsay, last time I checked, they are streaming. They're a PNG tuber, of, like, a dead cat. And also, Lindsay had, like, an OnlyFans. So, you know, trying to get that bag. Just like Michael. Michael with his, shitty Let's Play channel. Next up is Scorpio. Do-do-do-do-do-do. So that's what I know. That's, oh, Dylan Goo exists. He's old. He's old news, though. Old news in terms of Ruby employees. He hasn't worked for Rooster Teeth for a long time, but he's the most relevant one with his new, like, he's got a company. He animates stuff. He reacts to things. I think he overhypes the reactions. They're kind of boring, I gotta be honest. I hate the way he animates mouths. He and his team, everyone animates mouths like a character. They all look like Sonic characters, where a character's like facing this way, like they're really angled that way. But instead of having their mouth like, yap, 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 here I am talking, they'll be like, yap, yap, yap. And it's like, don't cheat it so much. I get what you're going for. This looks like ass. And is that, you know, that's an opinion. But that is my opinion, that the way you animate mouths looks cartoonish and not good. Just a personal opinion though. Just experienced a super weird time capsule as I dug through some of your oldest vids, searching for my old profile pics. That's crazy. Erin's in Honkai? Oh yeah, Erin got cast in Honkai Star Rail like 3 years ago, and that's the last I've heard. Like, she doesn't have other credits. Get that bag, I guess, honey, but I don't know. I think it doesn't help that surely she's kind of crafted a bit of a difficult to work with narrative around herself by when Ice Queendom was announced. She was like, I hate the director. He's horrible and bad because I'm also a victim of abuse. Any money I make from the anime, I'm going to donate because I'm better than everyone else at Rooster Teeth who idly sits by and allows this horrible, abusive person to make. And it's like, girl, what are you doing? Like, great to have morals. Goddamn, this is how you tank an anime. This is how you absolutely destroy any kind of level of hype. In a world where you want people to watch this so you can make money, you do not go onto your Twitter and have a meltdown about how much you hate the director that you don't know because of, like, alleged things. I don't know if anything got confirmed, but, like, goddamn. And so, behaving like that is just gonna, surely, kind of crafted this, like, she's hard to work with sort of narrative across the ecosystem, but I don't know. She got cast in Star Rail. Yippee, I guess. I'm taking a sip. Forgot Ice Queendom existed. Yeah, I think everyone did. It was so, like, fine. It was fine. It's the last good thing that came out of the RWBY IP. Which is almost more of an insult than anything else. Erin, you worked for a company that actively abused its staff. Sit down. Yeah, but using slurs against trans people, that's fine. But I was abused in, like, a relationship, and that's the only thing I care about. I can't villainize Erin like that. I don't know her. But yeah, it is a little like, girl. It's just looking a little performative, is all I'll say. At least she didn't actively send witch hunts on fans she didn't like Barbara. It's hard to feel bad, but you know, I feel bad for Barbara though, because she was, by all accounts, groomed. And not sexually, but like, she was a kid who liked Rooster Teeth. A teen, like 14. Got a job at this company where she was a big fan, and she was the only girl, flown into a completely different country, where she was the, okay, we need a sexy girl, go grab Barbara, and that was her role, was to be the sexy fan who got to work there, and was a girl. Like, no wonder she ended up like that, you know? Whatever. Can't believe we all wanted to grow up to work at Rooster Teeth. We all really dodged a bullet, I guess. Can AI be useful in an ethical way? I suppose having AI to, like, color in frames for animation, like, I've colored in this one frame, now for the rest of this, like, sequence, having AI to, like, color in the rest of the frames for you, I've heard of that. That's ethical, I suppose. But I think across the board, it's just so bad, and also it's terrible for the environment, that it's like, there's nothing AI can do that is so great that it needs to exist right now, you know? Like, I can't even think of a good example. Oh, it can color in frames? Oh wow, the easiest part of animating? Oh wow, thank God. So I'm gonna say, like, maybe, but not for the cost that it currently is at, you know? The price. The price in terms of, like, art thievery and, how it's affecting the environment. All that jazz. Did not know this, honestly. Welcome, Dolly May May. A cute name. A cute new name. I think I recognize you. I recognize a May, but you've changed. And now it's just cute. Smear frames? No. Like, I mean, that's just the thing. That's how animation works. You just gotta draw the same thing like 14 times. You know, for, you know, that's like 3 seconds. But in order to do that, okay, so you draw it, and then also you, what's happened? Oh, I've just done it on the wrong layer. That's what happened. Okay, hang on. There we go. Easy fix. Alright, yeah, just, and so, like, you gotta color in all those frames too, and AI can be like, I can color that in for you. But I don't even know if that's actually something AI can do, or if it's just, like, something that's been, like, tossed around as an idea. Genuine question. How is AI affecting the environment? Genuinely confused. See, I'm not the expert there. You'll get a better response if you Google it. Google will have proper answers. It has something to do with, like, the servers. Like, it takes a lot of energy to run AI. That's kind of the best way I can say it. But I'm not an expert in that regard. So I implore you to Google it and find people who are more educated on, like, the nitty-gritty of that aspect, to find some smarter, better worded answers. I don't mind the question though. I cannot give you the lecture that it deserves. Yep, I know you, May, but I forgot to change it on Twitch, lol. Computer get hot, water cools computer, polluted warm water gets dumped into ocean, fish boil. Damn. Luckily, overwhelmingly, the narrative is that nobody likes AI. Like, normies do not like it. So that's good. Because otherwise it would kind of feel like a bit of an uphill battle. But just nobody likes it. And so that does give me hope for us kind of conquering this phase of history with some level of success. feel like I'd had a thought earlier. Something that I wanted to yell at you guys about. I do not remember. It probably wasn't important. It was probably more just like, guys, my thumbnails are bad. And you're all like, yeah, we know, Jesus. Jumping up and down, raising my hand. Twins! I was coloring the tips of Scorpio's hair. Twins, I think coloring the tips of Scorpio's hair would look good. But what color? Like that? Black. Forgot to say black. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that. There you go. OMG, a gradient. Where's the Captain Planet reboot when you really need it? For real. Also, do you know how good a Captain Planet reboot would be for me getting more hot fan art of Captain Planet in my life? Nobody drawing Captain Planet, and that's a shame. Cause him handsome. That's all I have to say about that. Does that mean she dyes the tips, or that her hair is originally dark? I think that means that her hair is multi-toned because she's an anime. I always find it fascinating when there are actually, like, this character dyes their hair, and it's like, you're an anime. What? You don't have to do that. Yu-Gi-Oh just looks like Yugi just looks like that, you know? Like, fun fact, in Project Sekai, Akito, that's the one with the orange hair, he's got like one blonde streak. That's dyed. He's the only he's the only character with dyed hair. He dyed that one blonde streak in his hair. That's it. And it's like, why? I don't... Toya just has two-toned hair. What? Hans just fades. He was literally born like that. Dude, you don't understand. If you don't dye your hair, you become a Joey or Taya. Or even a fucking Tristan. Tristan's cool. Tristan gets a bad rap because he has dumb hair, but I think Tristan's alright. He was the closest to saving Bakura. That really, that added a lot of Tristan in my eyes, I gotta be honest. He went from being just Tristan to being like, he almost did it. He tried. When he threw Bakura's necklace in the abridged, it was quite notably, "Go Millennium Frisbee." In case any of you remember that. Adding shine to braids. is always a lot. Braids are a lot. What a shame that my next magical girl, so the one that patrons have access to, updates to the newest chapter that I'm working on for Grim Magic. But I am, of course, starting production. Scorpio's done on the next chapter, and she's got braids, and so I gotta figure out how to do that good. Next up is Aquarius. Tristan, in the future, card games will be played on motorcycles, and he was right. Hate drawing braids, but they look so good. It's just cause, and the thing is, it's cause they're detailed enough. It's like drawing rope. Is this girl a sort of scorpion type deal? It's just seeing as how she's Scorpio. Like the astrological sign. The answer is yes. Oh, it's zodiacs. Gotcha. Yeah. That's alright. That's alright. Yeah, we've got Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Great question, though. And next up is Aquarius. Wait, did you do Virgo? Wait, what did you do for Virgo? Here we go. So Virgo means virgin, and usually Virgo is just like a blonde lady, and that's kind of boring. And I was like, how do I do Virgo more interestingly then? And I was inspired by Shea Coulee, a drag queen, specifically some of her work on RuPaul's Drag Race. That was the inspiration for the general silhouette. And then yeah, she's her theme is like stars. So there you go. Virgo. Certainly one of the more interesting Virgos out there. If and I do say so myself. She's contemplating. Find it hard to believe whenever a character is revealed to have dyed hair in a world full of hair that looks like a Crayola box. Like, are you sure you weren't born that way? I really hope, and I mentioned this, I think, last time too, but I really do hope these... I'm gonna make these available as a poster and then individually available as stickers. Very fun stuff. And I hope they sell, not because I'm like, money, but because especially the stickers, I want to see which ones do sell. Cause it's telling me either that design is popular or it's like if like a bunch of Aquariuses sell. I'm like, that either means I've got a lot of people in my community who have the same birth month, or like that design is the most popular. I think that's interesting. I think I'm fascinated by that. Unfortunately, I can't ascertain which of those two variables it is, but I'm still interested. I like data. Hang on, I got, like, details I need to be careful with. Okay. Twiins question. How much Dragon Ball lore would change if Gohan kept the bowl cut? More than I think we all might think. More than I think we all would assume, you know? I liked the funny bowl cut. I see why, but, you know. I also liked it on Bulma, though, so... Toriyama's just not too bad at drawing a bowl cut. It is what it is. Remember, someone did a parody for anime hair trope, so parents were distraught their daughter born with pink hair, so fated to be a main character. That was a major plot point in, this is gonna be a crazy pull, the Normal Boots dating sim. So, time for a history lesson, children. Normal Boots. That was the collection of kind of gaming YouTubers that included PBG, JonTron, Continue, The Completionist, Pro Jared, all of them. They were all a collective known as Normal Boots. And somebody made a dating sim of the boys, of the Normal Boots boys. It was not explicit, you know, it was like rated T. Fun stuff. The main character that you play as, she had pink hair, and her mom had passed away, and she was it means she was born with a syndrome. It was like mom died of mom of the main character syndrome kind of a thing. And yeah, so that was a major plot point in that fascinating otome game. I want the stickers the most. I've never had a good time hanging posters. That's fair. These are nice quality. I was really happy with, not to like toot my own merch's horn or anything, but I got, the print of the, Big Magical Attack, just to see, like, the quality of it. So, like, the final attack from, Magical Violet. And I was really impressed that there was no, like, weirdness with the colors, because that can happen a lot. I like how Aquarius is just a jar of water. Oh, sorry, pitcher, yeah. But yeah, I was worried that there would be some fading, or like colors would become too saturated, or anything like that. And it's not. Like, they are exactly how they look on my PC. So, really, really happy with that. So, if you do ever just decide, I'm gonna get a poster, it'll still look good. So, yippee. I'd love to offer smaller prints, but that's not really an option on Fourth Wall, unfortunately. So, maybe someday, because I think these also, like, a small print of just your, like, astrological sign, or maybe, like, a bookmark, you know? Like, that could slap, but, that's for future twins to figure out, I suppose. Aquarius' shoes makes you think of Dr. Seuss art style. Is it just this kind of shape and color? I can understand. Please, not Normal Boots. I can feel my bones aching and my internal organs shriveling up. I saw a clip from Fruits Basket where one character had white hair and was being scolded by another student for having dyed hair and didn't believe him when he told him it was natural. He then took the other guy into the bathroom and showed him that it was natural. That student looked traumatized. Well, fascinating. Old anime was crazy. If you could make a new Zodiac, what would it be? A unicorn. Next question. No. Yeah, I like unicorns. I think a unicorn could fit in with the general flavor of the Zodiac as it is. I don't know if I'm not familiar enough with constellations. The only one I know is, like, I know about the Big Dipper and I know Orion. So I guess if I had to choose a specific constellation, I would choose Orion. It's my favorite. But if I could just make whatever the fuck I wanted, unicorn. Future twins, damn you, past twins. Oh yeah. She's a real hoe. Past twins, always making things harder. I think that's actually, it's kind of fun that I've developed as an artist where, to the point that like, I don't think about how complex a design is gonna be when I make a comic. I just make a good design, and then I have to draw it over and over again. And it like, I don't know, I feel like it forces me to like learn. I learn what to do, what not to do next time. And I don't know, I learn how to draw quicker. Not to talk grammatically correctly, but you know, fuck. I'm hiding the color just because they're so close that Clip Studio Paint gets kind of weird with dark colors like that. The Snake Bearer, huh? Yeah, I remember hearing about that, and then I feel like everyone was like, no. That's too much of a hassle, we don't wanna. I think, above all else, especially like horoscopes and stuff, they're just for fun. You know? Like, people get all like offended or like, they scoff a lot. Oh, what a surprise, a thing that predominantly women like to engage with gets mocked? Oh, wow. Color me surprised, but for real, like, it's just for fun, like, calm down. we're just having a nice fun time looking at stars and thinking about how it's like, I think that star is important to me. And it's like, you know what, why not? That star can be important to you. Fuck it, it doesn't hurt you. Sorry you're jealous that Jupiter's not in your 12th house right now. You could do the Eastern Zodiac as Magical Girls and make the horse a unicorn. I could do that. You're so right. Maybe we'll do that next year. Draw the Chinese Zodiac. I can never remember the order. I have to think about that one shitty anime. I reviewed it. It was called, like, Zodiac Wars or something. They died in order. Like, in the order of the Zodiac. So it's boar, dog, rooster, and that's where I lose all my confidence. It feels like there's more in the Chinese Zodiac, and I don't even think there are. I think it's also 12. Imagine having fun, I know, right? Couldn't be us, right? What about the Celtic Zodiac? I am unfamiliar with this one. Do they have cool things? Do they have a unicorn? How is it different? How does it work? Come on, you must be an expert, surely. you gotta tell us all the answers. Have you seen the new Starbucks plushie? Milky the Rabbit or something like that. I've not. Like, girls, don't you all make enough money from your overpriced coffee? Like, I guess, you know, people are, we do like plushies right now. Plushies are popular. But it's like, just sell your coffee. And here's an idea. How about you have all your employees learn how to make the cup of coffee properly? And then we'll think about buying more merch from you, you know? Sounds like I'm going in hard on Starbucks, but I'm tired of, because that's the thing. Sometimes you get a Starbucks coffee and it's like, yum yum. And then other times you get a Starbucks coffee and it's like, I could have had this at home. And it's so fucking expensive that it being a 50-50 on yum yum or bad is not acceptable. And it's like, I'm sick of, if I get Starbucks, I'm getting a little treat. Well, let's get a fun coffee. You know, we deserve it. And then if I go get my little treat, and then it's just mid-ass coffee, I'm mad. I'm mad. It took me way too long to get my coffee, and then also I'm down a bunch of money, and it was mid. I'm mad, and I just wish it was if they were consistently good, I wouldn't be mad, but they aren't, so I am. Hides my overstuffed bag of plushies. What are you talking about? I don't have a plushie obsession. I've actively, I think last time on stream, I keep showing my designs for characters when I haven't released a story yet. Sometimes you gotta, it's fun to draw, man. But, like, yeah, previously on stream, I actively was like, how do I become a popular enough PokeTuber so that the Pokemon Company just starts sending me plushies? I don't need to be flown out to the Maldives. I wouldn't mind. You know? Some fancy Maldives event for the new Pokemon games. I wouldn't mind. But you know what I would like? More plushies. And so how do we get this happening, huh? At Pokemon. Please send me free merch. Don't think I want to see Ronald McDonald as a magical girl. I think Ronald would translate pretty well to magical girl. Ronald, Burger King, Wendy, they'd be the easy ones. Buc-ee's might be kind of hard, if they count. How do I get a plushie of my goat Kling Klang? They do have the standing cuties for, like, every Pokemon. So there is at least one plushie of Kling Klang out there for you. There we go. There's Aquarius. Next up is Pisces. Colonel Sanders. That's his name. I was like, Colonel Sanders, okay, it's that duality of do I add a mustache or not, but Colonel Sanders is just a man wearing a black and white suit. That translates to a cute-looking girl so easy. Life-size Twiins Inc. plushies win. I think I'd be more likely to sell life-size versions of Doug. Yeah, Wendy's is almost hard because she's like already a girl in a cute dress. Like how do you make it not just Wendy, but now she's got like a crown on or something? Why? Yeah, we gotta get Kling Klang Kling Klang Klang Klang. Do you think Aquarius ever just blanks and takes a sip from the water jug pitcher? Yeah, I think she does. Is Bucky from Bucky's? Is it a squirrel? I guess I thought it was like a beaver. I've never been in a Buc-ee's. I've never interacted with a Buc-ee's. I just know, you know, I've heard the tales of the mighty Buc-ee's. Bucky Beaver. Alrighty. Oh, a shipwreck 64. Yeah. Never seen a Bucky's before this is all novel to me. Yeah, it's a big deal in some places. And that's kind of all I have to say about Bucky. I don't know, it just kind of seems like a rest stop. I don't know. I guess if I ever travel, I'll stop by one. Howdy! Thanks a million, Sheep Griefer. Appreciate you being here. Fun name. I always like when people, like, join, and I get to read their names on stream for the first time. Because one, sometimes I fuck it up. But also two, I like seeing your guys' funny, interesting names. Feel free to lurk. Feel free to chit-chat. You can leave if you want. Doing Magical Girl. Magical Girl's based on the Zodiac. So astrological signs. That's as good as that foot's ever gonna look. So might as well just leave it alone. Spend less time looking at it. I was a little disappointed when I went to Bucky's. I expected more due to the hype. Yeah, I bet a lot of people encounter that. If I ever travel, like, to the park, yeah. I was thinking, I want to do another field trip stream. Do y'all remember when I took you guys on a field trip? We looked at all the different Hyrules. I think I want to do that again. That was fun. Just gotta figure out where I want to take all you goofy little kids. Honestly, so I did that one field trip. A fun little idea. And then I'm kind of blown away I didn't do it again. I was like, that was fun and cute. Why did I just go back to doing my normal little crap after that? What's wrong with me? Bad at being a YouTuber, what can I say? Bad at being a streamer, bad at being a YouTuber. I like to think me being so bad at all this is what makes me so, I feel like just a pal, you know? Easy to jump into. Oh, it's quaint. She doesn't feel corporate or anything, and stuff like that. That's what I have to tell myself. The fact that she doesn't know how to do anything well is the entertaining part. One says, as they suggest watch a Twiins stream to their friend. Don't worry, there's no weird anime stuff, even though she's a VTuber. Yeah, she's got a weird voice. It's alright. Yes, that's her normal laugh. I know. It's Sonic levels would be a funny one. Maybe. I feel like every Sonic level is the same thing. Take us to each Mario Kart world. Will lunch be included on the field trip? You have to pack your own lunch, and also you need to share any food you have with me. It will probably be a Pokemon field trip. I gotta be honest. I know about Pokemon, I like Pokemon. So, get excited at the concept of traversing some Pokemon locations. I've shown my bestie and their mom some clips of you, and they find you pretty funny. That's nice. Yeah, I think I'm an enjoyable enough person, you know? It's just, I'm just bad at, like, marketing myself in a way to become more popular. Smash cut to me bitching about my thumbnails being bad. For the 400th time. What a cutie pie. I'm just kind of struck by how cute I made Pisces. Like, good job, me. Thanks, me. No, my lunch! Will a microwave or oven be provided for people bringing ramen and or pizza? No, we eat on the bus. If you bring pizza or ramen, you gotta eat it cold. Luckily, you won't have to share that with me. Twiins is the Koro sensei of VTubing. We'll take all your food on that field trip. Who is Koro sensei? They sound cool, but I don't know who that is. I hate this field trip already. It's from Assassination Classroom. I see. Did people like how that anime ended? I feel like it was like the talk of the town, and then suddenly everyone just shut up about it. And, you know, that happens. You know, things enter and exit the zeitgeist. But, often that does also correlate to, it got bad. Hang on, I'm focusing. Alright, cool. Haven't seen it. I thought it was good. I only ever saw the first season. I liked it. Well, there you go. I've only ever seen people talk about, like, I don't know, I only ever seen, like, that teacher. I guess that's Koro-sensei. I feel like no one ever had anything to say about the characters. I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty out of the loop when it comes to anime discussions, though. I kind of don't watch any, anime tubers anymore. I used to watch Mother's Basement, but, I'm just really wandered away from his stuff. He seems like a fine guy, you know, nothing wrong with him, but, he just clearly likes different anime than I do. Parentheses, isekais. And so I was like, just finding myself being like, I'm not finding anything through his recommendations that I actually want to engage with. So what's the point? Which is a shame. His girlfriend, wife? I don't know their relationship status. Partner, Yazzie, she's got a couple of videos, and she's actually how I found Mariko-chan. And Pleasure and Corruption, is that what the other one's called? So she had good suggestions, and it's a shame she just doesn't really upload, and so it's like, oh. Oh, come back, tell me more good mangas to read. Thought the ending was fitting given the premise. Also, hi, howdy. Well, that's good. That's good then. That's nice. I feel like a lot of anime end bad these days, and so you gotta really appreciate it when they don't. I hate isekais, and now there are way too many. There are, and now they all feel like in order to differentiate themselves, you need to have some kind of gimmick. but the gimmicks are becoming repetitive and boring too, and so it's like, and they're just slop. I don't like throwing that word around willy-nilly, but they are. It's anime slop. So yeah, don't really... And I used to watch... Man, Glass Reflection? Was that his name? I used to watch him. He seems to still be making stuff. Same exact format and everything. It's like he's in a time capsule. No. At least last time I checked in on him. But yeah, I don't know, I just fell off of him too. Again, another one where it's just like, I gotta be honest, a big thing is when you have all these anime tubers being like, no, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is wholesome and it's about found family. And it's like, I don't know, I don't like the weird sexualization of the one that looks like a child with gigantic titties. So I think I'm just gonna, I think our interests differ. Then so yeah, that's the overarching stance on me watching anime tubers is that I don't like a lot of anime. Will's Basement is good for finding anime that's airing, but he's absolutely chugging the Battle Shonen Kool-Aid, so his standards are a little warped. Exactly. And that's the thing, too. He watches, like, an episode, a couple of episodes of something, and then he cranks out those, like, top 10 bests, worsts, trashes. You know, he makes his videos really fast, so that's the thing. It's also the double-edged sword of, like... I've recommended an anime, and it started out really good, and then oh no, it really fell apart. Chainsaw Man, yep, Chainsaw Man is just another one in a long line, I feel like, of disappointing anime endings. The time I got reincarnated as a phone in the 1700s, even though phones didn't exist yet, but fucking we ball, yeah. Adios, see ya next time. Every time I think of isekais, I always lump them with harem animes. Yeah, because they, like, 90% of them are. So, which I think is the problem. That's, like, they all hinge on just being a harem and not being an interesting story. So, yeah, that's completely understandable. I've not even heard of Blood Sea. What is it? Is it good? I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it after I add some lighting, too. There we go. Great. Now I can add some shine. Very dark? Probably wouldn't be that into it. Not really into dark anime. No. And it looks edgy. I was gonna say it looks edgy and dumb, but like, I don't know, maybe it's cool. It doesn't seem like it's my kind of thing. My biggest fault of isekai is they don't have to be. Could just be fantasy. Yeah, but I think a lot of, like, there are more fantasy, like, not isekais on the market now, but they still kind of present themselves like they're isekais. Like, it's like, no one, you know, we didn't enter a new world, but things are still formatted like a video game, and it's like, why? I think Freerun and Delicious and Dungeon have kind of maybe affected that landscape. I think maybe we'll actually just start seeing proper fantasies moving forward, perhaps. But I'm at a point where I'm just so out of the anime loop. I can't remember the last anime I watched. I don't think it was Kaiji. I think there was something I watched after that, but I just don't watch a whole lot of... The next one is going to be Madoka. Madoka. The new movie. I am excited. Actually, I want to see that, like, opening weekend if I can. I gotta look into that. See if I can watch that anime somewhere. So yeah, I'm a fan of the aesthetic, but I can't call myself a fan of anime. I don't think. I like some anime, but because I like stories. I read more manga across the board. I have characters for an isekai type story. I haven't really thought much about. It's basically a teacher who gets isekai'd to a magical world and has to teach the students, but she doesn't understand anything of the world, so she's just as lost. If it's a comedy, that could work. That's cute. I think a lot of them are played so straight, and I think that's a big issue. I think isekais have so much in them to be really funny, but then they're not, and it's like, this is a funny little premise, but we're playing it so straight. Like, why? Cheer up a little bit, you know? Priestess girl, who's a high schooler, fights demons but is always seeing people close to her die in horrific ways, but things change when she sees someone who died in front of her come back like nothing happened, and she has to learn the truth. Yeah, it sounds a little too edgy for me, I gotta be honest. It had a nifty, like, art style though, so that's cool. Whoops. I messed up that line there. Whoops. Did it again. Sorry, I was focusing. Okay. I haven't even shaded in her dress. There's this giant flat dress just in them that like just move around. Delicious in Dungeon is really good at drip feeding lore / actually having that lore be integrated into the world. Yeah, which is really smart. I think a lot of people get like, oh, boo hoo hoo, you didn't tell me everything about an interesting world right off the bat. Boring. And it's like, good luck out there, man. Yeah. Good luck being stuck with, like, the lowest common denominator, like, shows, if that's how you operate. Never heard of intrigue, of mystery? Goddamn. There she is. Pisces. Cool. Next up will be Libra. But let's take a little bathroom break. How many have we done? What? We've done the whole bottom row. That's fun. So 4, 5, 6. We're halfway through. Wowie wow. So yeah, let's do a bathroom break / you can go get a beverage or a snack if you need one. And I shall return shortly. Yeah, I gotta adjust my headphones. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be right back. Feel free to discuss, I don't know, whatever you want. Ask questions. I'll answer them when I return. You know I like answering questions. have returned. Hide the stuff. Look at all this dancing. Wow. Nice. Alrighty. Cool. Hide the booze. I don't care if you have booze. This ain't the Prohibition era. Went to the store to buy some Demon Slayer / Jujutsu Kaisen figures. Was incredibly disappointed when I found out they replaced all the cool action anime figures with underage fetishized girl pedo bait. Okay. Not every girl. I mean, I'm sure you're right. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna agree. I was like, wow, let's calm down. And then I was like, no, Philip's right. Because I check out Ami Ami pretty regularly. It's a website where you can order figures. And I am increasingly getting frustrated at, I check out Ami Ami and it's characters, anime characters, little girls, that they look like children, barely wearing any clothes, or they're women, like fully adult women, that look like this. And they're also barely clothed, and it's just like, I'm so tired of figures being such, like, overt, ugly gooner bait. The fetishization of exclusively the male gaze is going to be the downfall of anime. And I said it here first. Mark my words. That's not a threat from me, I'm warning. I am a prophet warning you. You out there. You're gonna lose the female audience, and you will die. That's all I have to say about that. Phew, it worked. Should totally miss the takeover plans. Do you think you'll ever get the animated dance in the emotes? Oh, maybe I could. I'd have to find that file. I like that the one I've got implies the dance. Like that was my goal. I was like, I'll make it like the emote I've got. I should make more funny emotes, though. I keep saying that, and then I keep forgetting. I've asked you all, who's your favorite? Who's your least favorite? Let's get the real tea going. Which one of these girls is your least favorite? I want to know. And I want to know why, too. You know, don't just be like, I don't like Pisces. And then, like, I want to know. Yeah, listen, I think there's a difference between fan service and then, like, depravity. You know, fan service, you know, I've got figures, and like, for example, Kuwabara has his shirt open. That's just his design. That's his outfit. And I bought it because Kuwabara handsome with his titty out. But it's not like, it's not explicit, and it's not like, it's that specifically it's the fetishization of it that, like, is really, I think, the problem. And it's hard to explain, you know, it's almost like the difference is like a feeling. I think someone smarter than me could discuss this much more eloquently, but as it is, I can foresee the future. And my hands are off. Also, how you've spaced yourself away from Ruby. Are those two at risk of being deleted? Oh, these two? Yes. Yeah, they are. I can easily remake the twins' pain, but with actually me. And then, yeah, the one that Lillian did. Lillian? No. Lilith? Lawlith? Somebody did of Oscar drinking the tea, but I think that one's because it's not mine anyway. So and it's Oscar. So yeah, I'm less likely to just straight up delete them, and I would rather replace them. You know what I'm saying? If I ever make something like a show or book, I will not want any of the female characters to be sexualized. I kind of agree. Unfortunately, once it's out of your hands, you know, it is out of your hands. You can make that clear and people will still do it. So just, you know, here's hoping that you have an audience that at least understands, like, okay, cool. Creator doesn't like this, so I just won't use any, like, official tags or anything. And there you go. That's all you can hope. Aries, I don't even hate her, but design power creep hit her hard. It really did. You're incredibly correct there. Leo's my favorite. I like the more unique color palette. It is a pretty fun color palette. I think my least favorite, I think I gotta go with Cancer. I feel like the design's a little boring, a little one note. It's similar to Aries, where I think she was like the third one I did too. So yeah, the power creep, it did hit hard. There's only so much you can do about that. Can I choose the white background? I guess Aries is my least favorite. I still like her. She's very cute, but just doesn't feel as grand as the others. Yeah. And I think Aries' big issue is the pose. She really is just, you know, standing man emoji. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm not gonna go back. I'm not redrawing her. I've taken too long. And that's something I think a lot of artists could do well with, kind of letting themselves accept of sometimes you just gotta finish the picture. It sounds kind of harsh, but you know, give an artist forever, they'll take forever. Just finish the picture. Learn, grow, do better next time. This is another really dark hair that I'm not gonna add shadows to. I'm just gonna add light to. Favorite is Leo because the lion tamer theme. Capricorn is least favorite because she doesn't have a gun. Let me fuck up my shading. A fair excuse. She at least looks attentive and keeping watch. Yeah, maybe that's just her personality. Maybe she just kind of is standing man emoji about it. The other girls will be like, why don't you relax? And it's like, I am relaxed. Okay. As she's standing stock straight up. Headcanon with Aries, she always wins staring contests. And sleeps with her eyes open. I'm not sure about that one. That one sounds a little scary. But I do like that idea of her winning staring contests. Oh, I didn't shade this one in at all. I should do that. There we go. You would hear her bones popping whenever she isn't standing still. Sometimes that's all you gotta do. Sometimes you just gotta lean into the, like, okay, cool, maybe she doesn't have a whole lot of, you gotta lean into the personality you imply. Oh, this one is also just completely unshaded. And I think I want to add... No. Yes? There we go. Just a little bit. Pretty Goyle. I am really happy with Libra. I think Libra's my favorite, but it's tough. They really are oops all winners, you know? Increase your artistic ability so you can feel fulfilled and perhaps find a job in a field you're passionate about? No. Increase your artistic abilities so you can just draw cute girls? There you go. Oh, wow. She's so magic. Great. I think maybe Scorpio's your least favorite, but why? Oh, Plant Doug disappears. I gotcha, fam. Doug, say goodbye. Alright, he's gone. Yep, about a month until summer Teto results. I've gotten, I think only five posts, but you all seem to be, like, working on them, so that's fine. And you got plenty of time. What are these girls' powers? I don't know. They, like, shoot lasers and stuff. Some of them can probably fly. Listen, brother, I've just spent a bunch of time designing them. I didn't... I'm not making a comic here. What is this? What is this layer? I've got like a layer that seems to be nothing, so I'll just ignore it. I'll just keep it around. Next up is Leo. Those are some peepers on Aries. Yeah, they're goat eyes. Finish up concept sketches. Ooh, hell yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not like, oh man, only 5 people have participated, because I know you guys are working on it. That's why I wanted to give you all so much time this time around. Whoa, my eraser's way too big. Okay, there we go. In this house, we appreciate concept art. It's the truth. Concept art rules. It's usually, like, one of the most fun parts of the process. I love looking at concept art. I especially like seeing how much things can change. That's really the funnest part, I gotta say. It's being like, wow, look at this early version of character design. Whoa! Their hair was way different. That's my favorite. Leo's eyes looks like they've seen some things. Leo's eyes are, if you're a cat owner, you know this look. This is, ha ha ha, I'm in danger. This is, cat's about to pounce. She looks the most like a Kimono Friends character of these girls. I guess that's all I have to say about that. Fire Team just has a bunch of... Fire Team just has a bunch of peepers, doesn't it? Yeah, huh? Sorry, I had blinked, and, like, your comment moved up one, and so I got lost for a second. What are calm/relaxed eyes for a cat? Because I thought those eyes were that. A calm/relaxed cat. That's kind of just normal cat eyes. You know? The most common relaxed cat eyes are really, eyes closed, taking a nap. Love that her hair looks like big cat mom licked it back. I think maybe the crab girl or Scorpio. I feel for the crab girl. I feel that Scorpio feels a bit different in crab girl. I don't know. The problem is now I've exhausted all of my interesting talking points. I've just entered, like, lock in do art mode. Which means, for a less interesting, stream. Which means this is also peak, ask me questions, or bring up your favorite stuff to see if something unlocks, a Twiins Inc. rant TM. Your cats are cute, but what's the dumbest thing they have done? Pippin does a lot of dumb things. Just this morning, he, like, knocked over most of Allison's stuff at 5 a.m. when she's trying to sleep. That's kind of it. They love knocking shit over. They love being like, what if I get up on this thing where I don't belong? Oh no! I've knocked over a bunch of crap. Oh man, I'm frightened. Favorite stuff, exactly. It's either that or I'm gonna start talking about like Elden Ring or Deltarune. So, you know. Unless that's what you want. More Twiins just talks about how handsome boys are in Elden Ring. I feel my favorites either Aquarius or Pisces. I think Pisces is the cutest one and Aquarius' hair is clever, but I do like all of them. Or at least most of them. Oof. Omega hurt. That's alright. They can't all be winners. There will inevitably be a least favorite. I saw on the Nintendo Switch shop a dino dating game, taking dinosaurs and making them humans that could be romanced, but there is a girl's version and a guy's version. Fascinating. Oh, I saw that too, and I feel like I was really annoyed that the girls looked more interesting. Like the version where the dinosaurs were girls looked more interesting. Which I wasn't surprised, but I was disappointed. What do you think the story is heading for Deltarune? Who do you think is the knight? I think the knight... Okay, are you actually ready for some tinfoil hats? If you don't want to hear me talk about Deltarune, now's your time to go away. I think the knight is Rudy. I think it's Noelle's dad. I think Carol is... What's happened? I've, like, shifted everything. Wow, that was scary. I think Carol is the most obvious red herring on planet Earth. And I don't think Des is the knight. I think it would be weird. It would be weird and unsatisfying. That's, you're too deep in the sauce to think Des is the knight. Obviously, it's not Papyrus either. I'm sorry, Papyrus fans, but I think it's Rudy. I think we've already established that the holidays are, like, kind of weird, and I think it explains why Rudy is hospitalized. I think he's in the hospital because of night stuff, basically. I can't tell you where I think the story's going. I had no idea about that one. Pokopia buying soon? Yes, no. Pokopia buy soon, maybe after I finish Fire Red. If somebody donates, like, $30, I'll purchase it earlier. Don't forget, I did just go to the vet. It was kind of expensive. And so unless it's like, I really, really, really want to see you play this game, Twiins, here's money so you can buy and play that game, then we're waiting for me to finish another playthrough before I relinquish my funds. Though technically, I can categorize it as a, tax write-off. Tax write-off? Tax deductible? I don't have to pay taxes on it. Taxes? I can do tax. Which doesn't negate that. Like, I still need to spend the money on it, but I don't know, it makes it feel less bad. Did everything ring a bell? Oh yeah, huh? Speaking of dinosaurs, what's your favorite dinosaur? Mine is pterodactyl. I like the T-Rex. It's a kind of a basic bitch answer, but listen. They're fun. They're cool. They're big. They're the strong one. They go and they got cute, big, cool teeth. So yeah, I like them. An excellent question. I don't know too many dinosaurs, I will also say. So it's like, yeah, obviously I've got a basic bitch answer. It's the, I only know the main ones, yeah. No, the ones that hung out with Littlefoot and stuff. That means Rudy has some mad hips. That means armor does exist. That means armor does not need to be form-fitting. I know nothing about Deltarune. Can't spoil what I don't know. Business expense. Yeah. You should get into it. Deltarune's great. If you like Undertale, it's that but even better. Which is unfathomably high praise. Great story, great characters, really funny, fun gameplay. It's got everything. I can't believe it wasn't even nominated anywhere on the Game Awards last year for chapters 2 and 3. Or no, 3 and 4. If anything, you should play it just so you can listen to all the cool music. The mystery will grab you, though. You will be gripped. It'll grip you. So maybe waiting until it's all finished is the play, so then you can just get the story and not be like all of us being like, I need it! Oh. Have you heard recreations of dinosaur roars? They're pretty cool. I have not. Sounds like a vibration, quiet growl. Kind of like gators. Yeah, I must assume they're a bit like gators, right? They're also like kind of birds too, yeah? So no, I haven't, but that does sound fun. You think they're waiting for the full game to come out? See, I thought that, but they nominated Final Fantasy VII Part 2 or whatever. Like, that got nominations. And so it's like, well, then why can't Deltarune, huh? Huh? Just biased. But also, wow, Sky is also blue. More news at 11, right? You know, like... The Game Awards barely matter. They're... I got too many negative opinions. And too many negative opinions and no smart ways of saying any of them. So perhaps it's best I just shut my little yap. The sky is blue? Yeah, I know, right? When do you think we're gonna get more info on Duskbloods? That's the new FromSoft game. The one on the Switch too. They like released that trailer and then they've just gone radio silent. And it's like, please come back. Please tell us more. Please give us a cool trailer. Please? Hello? Twin, have you played or seen Date Everything? I have not played, I have seen Date Everything. It doesn't really seem like my cup of tea. It doesn't seem bad. It's just like, I don't know. Nothing about it grabbed me. There she is. There's Leo. Next up is Gemini. Their parent company, Kadokawa, is going through crazy stuff right now, and I think it's her interfering with FromSoft because of it. Fascinating. I didn't know their parent company was Kadokawa. Fascinating. Huh. They'll pull through, I'm sure. Quite frankly, I feel like the FromSoft team are at a point where like they could just become their own company, like publishing company, and I think they'd be all right, you know. Do you think the next FromSoft game? So obviously they're making Duskbloods, but it's kind of, I'm not gonna call it like a mainline game. You know, it's kind of different. Do you think the next mainline one? Do you think they're gonna make Elden Ring 2? Or do you think they're gonna jump to something else? Do you think they're gonna like jump back to Dark Souls? Dark Souls or Demon Souls or something? I feel like Elden Ring 2 would be the best idea, surely. It was Game of the Year, like. And I feel like there's still so much that they could explore. People would eat it up. So that'd be the smart choice, if you ask me. You know what I miss? Tales of games. Tales of Xillia. Tales of Legendia. Tales of the Abyss. We haven't gotten like a new, good, proper Tales of in a long time. And I feel like the last one was like really disappointing. I didn't finish it. I got kind of close. But I did not, I think Tales of Arise was its name. Did not finish that. It felt so like the characters were really one-dimensional and the plot was moving. Like, it was crawling and also everything just like kind of suddenly like, and then we fixed it. Oh? This is like, I felt like the characters weren't developing or doing anything to fix anything. Stuff would just change around them. I don't know. Man, I've fucked everything up. There we go. So yeah, it was kind of disappointing. And then they just kind of vanished. Absolutely disappeared, and that's a bummeroni if you ask me. Started Tales of Arise, but dropped it pretty quick. Tales of Arise starts so bad. Like, it starts off and it's ugly. You know, it's, and not like the graphics are ugly, but like they plop you in like this horrible lava world. Your character feels weird. The camera is trapped right next to you for no fucking reason. Just for the tutorial. The tutorial is framed, it plays completely differently in terms of the camera, which is crazy. And then, like that first level, before you meet Girl, like, I don't know, it's just like kind of slow and boring and just, it starts awfully. So I'm not too surprised. It does kind of pick up after that. I mean, I almost finished it, but everything just felt so, like, by the books. So Route 1. It felt like they weren't innovating or anything. They were just doing what they've done before. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe your first Tales of game is just always the one that hits the hardest. Weird ass quest because I'm bored and it's quiet. Did you ever turn it around on kids that asked, what is it like being a twin, with questions like, what's it like not seeing another you around? Or, so you don't have telepathy with anyone? No, not really. Never interesting enough to do that. It was always just, it's like having a sister. You just share a birthday. Can you hear each other's thoughts? No. If one of you feels pain, does the other one feel it? No. My favorite is people will be like, "Oh, you're a twin?" I got a gal friend, one of my gals. She has a cousin, and his kids are twins. Well, I don't fucking care. Like, yeah, I'll make sure to say hi to them at the twin convention. What do you want? When we all meet up for our twin super seance on the 12th of every month. It's the 12th because it's 1-2. Did they just stop making the games, or has it just been a while? It feels like they just stopped making the games. I don't think the company went under or anything, so I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe just kind of struggling to adapt to a new gaming landscape. There's no council of twins? I get those questions a lot, right? I feel like triplets, I don't know. I've never met a triplet IRL, but I feel like triplets must receive actually fewer questions just because it's like, oh, well, there's 3 of them. And somehow it's like, even though it is more rare, it becomes less novel. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would assume, but I can't say for certain. What kind of music is everyone listening to right now? You switch minds, but it doesn't matter. Because you're in a hive mind anyway. I've played Tales of Vesperia. Stopped playing because I got roadblocked at the end of a tower trying to stop a pirate. Yeah, they're pretty good at their little roadblocks. You really are. That's where Tales of Games is where I learned the tried and true RPG lesson of grind. You should not be running from any fight. You should be fighting everything. It doesn't matter that you're lost. So, yeah, they do love doing that. Only known 2 sets of twins in my life. The first one were identical twin boys who lived across the street from me, and the other 2 were fraternal twin sisters who were the younger sisters of one of my Girl Scout friends. Fascinating. Man, twins as younger or older siblings, like not being the only children in the house, that's bananas. Imagine you have younger siblings and they're twins. That's crazy. I would feel bad. I'd be like, sorry that we steal all the interesting mojo from you. Yeah, sorry, this is a hair that's a little complex, so I kind of have to think about it while I shade it in. There we go. Mom had 7 kids. I'm surprised none of us were twins. Wow. Being identical twins sounds exhausting because you gotta clarify that you're you and not your twin. We are fraternal. And it's still applied to us, so you're not out of the woods. Some fraternal twins look really different. Critter and I look really similar. We've had people argue with us like, no, you're not. You're not fraternal. It's like, I know what the fuck I am, bitch. Don't even fucking talk to me. Most recent Tales of appears to be Tales of Grace F Remastered in 2025. Okay, you know what? That's not too bad. Just last year, a remaster, I mean, it's not ideal, especially for Grace's F. I've played that game, and it's like, pretty fucking mid. I think it's my least favorite Tales of game I've played. But, you know, they're doing stuff, so that's nice. No. But yeah, what kind of music everyone's Unspoken says he's listening to? Is it weird that I pronounce it like that, by the way? That I always like there's a clear space between unspoken. Let me know. Yeah, 2000s music. That's pretty cool. Wife wanted twins, one boy, one girl, so one and done pregnancy. Now she's very grateful that we just had a solo. Very, very exhausting and expensive. Yeah, my parents, you know, they had a similar mindset. Oh, cool, we wanted 2 kids anyway, and thank God. And it was like, okay, cool, we don't need to do that anymore. Jesus Christ, you know. For a kid, as a kid, for a moment, I believe that me and my brother we're twins, because I think he would joke like that. That's kind of funny though. That's cute. I worked today. My manager was playing music on a speaker, and some Katy Perry played. Katy Perry's not too bad. I think I like more of her songs than I dislike. So not too bad, not too bad. It was the 90s, you could afford 2 kids. Can you put on Snail Away by the Long Faces? Well, welcome, Dull MP3. I appreciate you and your name. No, I've got a playlist of royalty-free music that I use for streams like this. I don't like just putting on like copyrighted stuff. I tend to jabberjaw a lot more when I do art streams. Not really one for having an art stream be an excuse for like a radio to play, but I'll listen to it in my free time. But welcome. I hope you enjoy. I'm drawing astrological signs as magical girls. I've drawn them all. Now I'm just giving them like shading. Let me write down Snail Away. Long Faces. Yeah, I'll Google that later. Zutomeo and Project Voltage mostly. I don't know who Zutomeo is. Project Voltage is pretty good. Which one's your favorite? Which one's your favorite Project Voltage song? I really like the I forget what it's called. Eon Ticket? Yeah. The one with Kaito. And Latios and Latios. Who's next? Virgo is. Don't want to get the VODs muted. Have your parents ever told you of the other names they would have picked? They have, very, I'm gonna describe it as infamously, that, my mom wanted us to be named, Audie and Epi, after some characters from some thing she likes. Thank the Lord, she didn't fucking do that. Yeah, we got, Virgo, Cancer, Aries, yep, the last three, the first three we did, so, wowie wow. It's a little... Oh, that's why. There we go. Yeah. Dad, sorry, no. Yeah. I've been listening to... It's got the most 90s music video on planet Earth. What's it called, though? I can't remember. Crossroads. I like that they used a part of the Sword and Shield gym battle theme in it. Oh, yeah. And that's the best gym battle theme. It just is. So, if you're gonna do one like that, might as well make it that one. I've been listening to Vertical Horizon, Everything You Want. A lot lately. It played at work, and I was like, yo, this slaps. And so I looked it up. And so it's just kind of been on repeat for me. Did find a cool song by John Michael Howell called Carnival. I'm unfamiliar with who that is. I'm reminding myself that 2.5 hours in is when we talked about music. So I can go back and find all you guys' music. So I can look it up and enjoy them. My IRL name starts with an M, which is funny because my mom and 3 older sisters all have names starting with B. What the hell changed? Yeah. Would I have been Epi or Audie? Since I was born first, since I was born first, I think I would have been Audie. Which, God, they're both bad. It was gonna be Audie Opal and Epi May. I think Opal's pretty, but Jesus. You got twins, they got goof-ass cartoon names like Audie and Epi. Like, good lord. Carousel of Life, that's a cool sounding name. Cool sounding song. Audie Opal Inc. What was your mom on? I don't know, man. She was on too much, that's what it was. Whatever. Whatever it was. How to get beat up at the playground 101. Horrid Henry ass name. Yeah, instead I've been named after my grandma. I look exactly like her too. I was a great grandma technically, and I never met her, but I've seen photos, and it's like, wow, that's me, and it's like it's me and not Critter. Like it was very distinct, even though we do look really similar. It was like, wow, that's me right there. And Critter was like, yeah, that's you. And so, I don't know, maybe I'm just her reborn, but that can't be true. She was cool. She was cool and competent and had a gin in her bathtub, and I'm not cool or competent. Just stole her face, but not the rest of her personality, I guess. I remember a few years ago, one of my dad's employees had a baby girl. They named her Renoa, after the Final Fantasy character, and I had to explain to my parents where the name came from. At least it's like a name, you know? Like a real name. Like, yeah, on one hand, is it a little weird to be like, oh, we named you after a video game character? Sure. But, like, it's like, yeah, we named you Mario after my favorite video game. Okay, well, at least you named me, like, a real name, you know? So, at least Renoa is... It's like a real name. And I think that's the secret to doing it. Real name unlike a certain billionaire. Twiins just lacks gin in the bathtub, but with your donations, we can fill that bathtub. I thought you were cool and competent. That's the thing. I'm very good at faking it. Supposed to be named after a friend of my dad's, but because there's several different ways to spell my name, the hospital spelled it differently on the birth certificate. Ended up being a blessing in disguise since they had a messing falling out. Oof. Yeah, that's the scary part about naming your kid after something specific, like someone who is alive or something, because that's so possible. That happening is incredibly possible. So glad that it worked out. I feel like surely hospitals should have to, like, double check the spelling with the parents, right? Like, that's a legal document. You can't just, whoopsies, we spelled it wrong. Like, I don't know. Met a girl named America before. I think I went to school with a girl named Faith. She was a bitch. I think that's the most unique name I know, like, personally. Oh, the dress. Oh, I was like, anyway, I'm done! A whole dress needs to get shaded in front of me. I will suplex you if you dodge the compliments. America Young who voices Barbie nowadays? Fascinating. Is Twiins not a unique name? You're right, Twiins is pretty unique. I do have a pretty unique name. But not as unique as Faith. That's the kind of name where people go, like... Faith. Faith? Like, they repeat it back. Like they need to make sure that you said the right thing. That they heard the right thing, you know? Woohoo! Now just add some fun old shine. Oh wait, I think I can add some dimension to this hair. It's not too dark. Whoops. There we go. Now we can add some shine. Phew. Do you see why I did this all in a new stream, by the way? God damn, it's already almost been 3 hours. I know you said Darwin as the name for the baby, but I accidentally spelled it as Jukfgerd. Yeah. I think I've known multiple crystals. I've got an ant crystal. We're a girl called Princess. Princess is pretty cool, but also a bitch is unfortunate. She's so cute. Sorry, I was like I re-realized how dang cute Virgo is. No, that's not what I want. There we go. Do you have an inside/running joke with your family? For me, it's, do you want to live to see instead age? Like, incorrect age. No, I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Too boring, don't care enough about each other. Remember at school there were 2 Rebeccas that were unrelated but had the exact same first, middle, and last name. Wow. That's crazy. I think I went to school with a lot of Heathers, which is hilarious because now there's, you know, the play/movie. But yeah, I feel like there were definitely multiple Heathers. I think it was the most common name, which, like, it's not like there were that many. I think there were maximum, like, 3. But yeah. It was just a decent amount of diversity at Twiins High School. Remember there being like 3 or 4 Matthews in my grade level. Had a crush on one of them, but turned out they were bigoted, so that was unfortunate. Damn. That's alright. It was just high school. Most high school sweethearts do not last, so don't sit there and be like, oh man, the one that got away, because no, you were children. Oh. I'm on the wrong layer. Everyone who does have a significant other, where did you meet? I is want to know. Also, Virgo's done. Yippee. She's cute, but she's definitely 2 seconds away from using a petrifying blast on everyone. A lot of Sarah's and Sophia's, huh? Fascinating. I need a water break. Hang on. I need to. No, do not delete that. Need a drink of water. It's fine. But I did have a crush on this one guy, which was significant, because it was the first time I ever caught feelings for someone. Wowee. Oh, wowie wow. I remember the first quote-unquote crush I had. I just felt like I should have a crush. Like, it was like, society kind of is like, everyone has a, like, you have crushes on people. That's what you're supposed to do. And I didn't actually fancy any of the boys at school. So I kind of just chose one because I knew him. I could recall him. His name was James. I remember. And I was too nervous to tell him I had a crush on him. So I had Critter go tell him. And I watched at a distance as she confessed my feelings at him. And then I was like seeing her point, and I could like see the words, you know, she was saying like Twiins likes you. And then I decided, you know what, actually I don't like that boy. Luckily it was like the first grade, it was something like that. So I didn't go anywhere. What a surprise. He never talked to me about it. And it just went unaddressed. Cool. Nice. Never thought I'd see the day. Twiins being a tsundere. I get very nervous around. If I fancy somebody, I really clam up. And that's the problem. I'm not to toot my own horn, but I'm kind of funny. People think I'm funny. I'm funny and entertaining and interesting. It's the only thing I'm good at. It's why I'm a YouTuber. But I get nervous when I have a crush on somebody, and so I clam up, and then I am not funny and entertaining, and I'm just shy and awkward and weird. So I wouldn't say it's tsundere, but that is truly my Achilles heel, is that I get in my own way if I fancy somebody. It's because I so often I'm like, but they probably don't like me. They won't like me. If I confess, they'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm not interested. And I get in my own head, and so I just don't confess my feelings to anybody. And then I tell myself it was probably for the best anyway. The Twiins peeking around the corner like a creep. I had the high ground. I remember it quite clearly. There was like a ledge in the playground. Like a little kind of, just a small little hill with some sidewalk and then a fence, and I was up there. And then they were like down here. So I watched from above. Which does make it more creepy. All my guy friends at school turned out to be gay. And one liked me. Only girl I crushed on was not interested in guys. Amazing. I found anyone. Always feels weird hearing your name when talking about somebody else. James was another pretty common name. I feel like there were two Jameses, but I feel like also one of them, like, went by their middle name. Like, it's like, yeah, he's technically James, but he goes by Ryan or whatever the fuck, I don't know. I wasn't super popular. I just referred to people by the name that I heard other people call them. Not to surprise you, but I can be pretty jocular, the VTuber. Listen, not to... you may want to sit down to hear this, but I'm kind of a delight. I have to double check that Capricorn, like, still looks good. Okay, yeah, I think she does. Since she was the first one I did today, it's like, Was the shading good? Is it alright? Is everything okay? Wait, hold on, I got the perfect pic for Twiins looking down. Gotta put it on Discord, because I can't on Twitch. Let me see if it shows up. I don't think I can get this onto my... Here, give me 1 second. I'll put it on... Put it on the screen for you guys in 1 second. I shall return. No, I don't think it'll work. But it's that's a funny meme. Well done, Sariza. It is a Twilight gift. I think? I feel like I recognize one of those guys from Twilight. Store worker Twiins catchphrase. Had a crush on a guy at my job a little while back, but was too scared to ever tell him. He ended up asking me if I liked him because one girl at work apparently told him that I seemed like that I did. It turned out he also liked me. Nothing came from that. But what? well, great. But oh, I guess like you just like went on a date and then figured out actually this isn't gonna work out. Well, good on you for having like a good wingman. I think I could really use a good wingman. I think that's my issue. I've mentioned before that there's a handsome fellow at work. I don't know him though. Don't even know his name. And I'm just like, I want to get to know you better, but how do I do that? We're in completely different departments. I just see him at a distance sometimes. So, yeah, I don't fucking know. And I'm good enough at hiding my feelings. I ain't got no good wingman. Just observe at a distance like a freako. Hope maybe, you know, oh, maybe if I stare long enough, he'll figure it out. It is from Thailand? Okay, good. I'm also cautious around guys I like, since the only guys I ever really had crushes on always turned out to be already in relationships. Yeah. Listen, that's rough, but it's like, okay, great, you got an easy out, you know? It's like, you know, oh, I fancy you. I'd like to get your phone number. Oh, I already have a girlfriend. Oh, dang. Oh, well. Have a good one. You know, like, you can get out of that kind of, you know, with being able to save some decent face. But just straight up, like, no, I'm not interested is like, I don't know. And even though I've said that to people, it's just the truth. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it, but I'm not interested. It feels like it hurts. Because, you know, when I say it, it's like, oh, well, you know, I don't know you. I'm not interested in a relationship, sorry. But if you're on the receiving end, then it feels like, not with an ugly fuck like you. Maybe if you weren't so hideous to look at. It's called talking. Yeah, but we're always at work. I'm working. I'm like doing work. We have to like do shit all day. It's not one of those jobs where we get a lot of free time to kind of just bum around and go talk to other people in different departments. No idea how to broach a convo? I mean, on a technicality, it's pretty easy. Yeah, the easiest way, actually, here's Twiins Inc.'s flying hot tip. I like your shirt. Hey, thanks! Throw out a compliment? Easy. There you go. Conversation has initiated. You don't even need to mean it. Cool shoes. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I don't give a fuck about shoes. I don't give a fuck about your shoes. But hey, we're talking now. That was the goal. So I guess that's the trick. Yeah, I like the jacket that you wear every single day. Been told you should find yourself a partner, and I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you should. Every person that ever says that to you, you should, I think, legally be allowed to murder. No. Here's my stance on that. You should find yourself some level of partner just for, like, tax stuff. Like, find a friend to get married to, just so that you can, like, categorize yourself as listed under as married, for your taxes, and, like, get, like, better tax returns or whatever the fuck. just, and that's the only reason why. They would ghost me and say they were super busy, but would post on social media like, you had time to do that but not reply back. Oh yeah, that just, you know, that's... At that point, just be a man and say, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just not really feeling this. I'll see you at work, I guess. You know? So the tiny little balls on that guy. Am I right, ladies? I think most of you are fellas, I gotta be honest. I seem to have an audience exclusively of boys and, like, pansexual, aro-ace non-binaries. Like, that's, those, who likes twins, boys, and pansexual, aro-ace non-binaries? And that's not any kind of, that's not a negative. That just seems to be the truth. Got a lot of fellas in chat, and then I got a lot of people who are like, I'm not into sex. And I'm fascinated by that being the spread. It's like, how has this happened? Twins and Allison married with kids, fur babies, for tax reasons. We've actually thought about it. We have genuinely been like, what if we get married, then we can have, like, you know, something politics, basically. something politics in relation to taxes. And it sounds just kind of hilarious. Because then also it's like, how do I then pick up boys? It's like, oh yeah, that's my wife. I mean, twins is very cool, but why wouldn't boys and aro-ace non-binaries like her? I mean, yeah. It's just fascinating that that's the Venn diagram. I'm a lady, I think. Well, there we go. I know there's some of you. There's some just, like, kind of just straight ladies. But overwhelmingly, it seems to be boys, and then, yeah, the aro-ace pansexuals, non-binaries. Boys and most of the LGBTQ plus community. Not a bad collection of people, I guess. I could definitely have done worse. No, that's weird. That's a weird eye. I don't like that. There we go. You're a safe space. Thank God. I like to think that, you know, the audience reflects on the streamer a lot, you know? If you got an audience who likes throwing out, like, the R slur and crap, that says something about you. Because as a streamer, you'd be like, hey guys, that's not a word you should be using. Certainly, at least not in my chat, you know? I don't tolerate that kind of crap. And I think that's the thing, it's just... What does my audience say about me? I'm a safe space, what can I say? I'm a safe space and kind of funny. If my audience is to be believed. Might get guys that are okay with your wife, you know? Especially if I'm like, this is my wife. We're only just married for like taxes. I got 2 hands. I can hold yours too. Soulless like real crab eyes. It's funny you think it's mostly boys. When I see the girls chatting today, there does seem to be a quite the number of girlies today. Maybe just because Messiah's busy. The one boy. I've had to remind Twiins I'm a girl multiple times. That's okay. That's okay. It is not out of malice. Twiins is just a forgetful Franny, and I think y'all should know that. Half the time I remember you from the color you are. I'm like, oh, Io the fairy god empress, red, because that's the color of your name on my end at least. I know you more as colors than genders. The 2 hands is for petting 2 cats at once, actually. You're so right. It's girly pop takeover day. All the girls in chat, raise your hand. You all get gold stars. Well done. You were born with 2 different chromosomes. You experience annoying hormones. You're the reason why the world continues to move. Well done, you. Raising my hand. Raises hands. Cancer's the one bitch that would punch you just for telling them to fuck off. I think Cancer is the comic relief. I think Cancer is the funny one of the group. Twiins sees a lot of red. I do see a lot of red. There's a lot of red in my chat. I think it's fascinating. There's like 4 different shades of red, too. Last one. We're back to Aries. Back where it all began. Goddamn time. Once we do this, I'll give them all a vague background, and I think that'll be it. My plan was to put their constellation behind them, but I think that'd be kind of a lot to do. We'll see. Non-binaries, raise your hand so Coral Palette doesn't feel left out. Then everybody say hey. Ho. Say hey. Since you got your hands raised, that's... Hang on. These edges are fucking so not colored in well. God damn. It's like I've never done art before. Good grief. Cancer has like one super strong ability that's only tempered by her being a girl failure. Exactly. And so then when it's like, it is a Cancer episode, then it's like, oh man, she's gonna lock in, it's gonna be cool. And then otherwise it's, whoop 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 whoop, oh man, oh no, she's falling over again. An integral part of the team, undoubtedly. You gotta have the funny one. It's like, I've never done art before. She even forgot to put a gradient on cancer, shaking my head, shaking my head. Tama, when she made that one hole. You know the one. I do. Magical Girl Racing Project Season 2 is happening this fall. I kind of just keep suddenly remembering that, and I'm excited, because I want to rank them again. That was a fun video, and it did pretty well too, but I like talking about designs, and the first Magical Girl Racing Project was, like, kind of bad. It was good, but bad. And so I'm excited to see if Season 2 is, like, less bad. How long has it been since Season 1? It's been so fucking long. It's been, like, 6 years or something. Which, that's not even me being hyperbolic. It's been around that, I'm pretty sure. What is this hair? What's wrong with me? Oh yeah, what if I just make the world's messiest, least intuitive bangs? Oh yeah, thanks, Self. I appreciate shading that in. That's really easy and cool, thank you. This fall, yeah. Really exciting stuff, I gotta say. So that's the other anime on my docket. Oh, also, Markiplier's movie. He's gonna be putting that on YouTube. Like, I think it's the 31st. The last day of this month. Which is exciting. I'm absolutely gonna watch that. Iron Lung, I wanna watch that real bad. And then, you know, there's a part of me, I might even buy a physical version. Just to support the guy. But also because knowing Mark, I bet it'll be, like, just really awesome, you know? I think he'd be putting a lot of effort into it. "2016, 10 years ago. Wow. Like I said before, your Magical Girl Racing Project ranking video was, like, the first video of yours I saw, so it'd be cool to see you rank more designs. I'm also really excited to, like, get to basically remake that thumbnail, but with, like, the new girls, and so I can, like, really see the increase in art quality. Twins, la la la, I love shading, la la la. Or yeah, coloring. Twin shading. Pain emoji. Speaking of films, word on the street is, it's unfortunate, it's actually a huge bummer. Word on the street is that there's been some leaking of The Amazing Digital Circus and its final, you know, it's got a theatrical release for its final episode. And obviously, Gooseworks is probably taking that pretty hard. I would too. And I feel bad. That feels bad. That's, like, super lame. Like, I would hope, you know, if I were to do something like that, I would hope my audience would respect me and my work enough to not leak things, not spoil things. But there's another part of me that's like, obviously that happened. It's why people met the news with so much resistance. It's why there were so many people who were upset to hear about a theatrical release. Not only are the theatrical releases really limited, but then also it's like, it's just gonna get spoiled. And obviously it's gonna get spoiled. And so I don't know if that's true. And it's just like, it just sucks. I'm glad Goose is like, and I think in hindsight, Goose will be able to look at, Gooseworks will be able to look at all this a little happier. But I'm not too surprised that they're tired and just want everything to be over by this point, because their fandom kind of sucks dookie. You know, they keep attacking Goose, and you know, they're really aggressive, and now they're leaking shit and spoiling crap, and it's like, I just wanted to make a cool story. I just wanted to tell my story. And you guys have made it so, to have an audience make your art not be fun to do anymore, like, that's awful. I feel really bad for Gooseworks. They don't deserve that. And so I hope that in time they can look at their work and be happy with it again. And it really sucks that this all happened. But then there is another part of me that's like, yeah, we all knew this would happen. We all knew that there would be leaks and spoils, and I'm surprised that you are surprised. I didn't want this to happen, but no, I'm not surprised. So yeah, huge bummer. So just be aware if you are, like, in the Amazing Digital Circus communities, you know, and you don't want spoilers, just be aware that they might be around. That sucks. Twiins, philosopher. Twiins have become parasocial. They have. I think the best way to approach stuff is actually to distance yourself from your community, which is hard for me, because here I am engaging with my community. But I think death of the author has to happen to some degree, not only for the author's sake, but for the fans' sake. Fandoms have all become way too comfortable with being able to have direct access to the author, to the creator of works, and they feel way more entitled. And this is like across the board. Fans are mean. Fans are they will dox people. Fans are mean, and they expect so much. They expect you, the creator, to meet them at everything they want, not what you want. And it's like, you are ruining your own community by being a fan like that, and they're too comfortable doing shit like that. Back in the day, you just sat there and waited for your thing to come out, and you hoped that, you know, this next chapter was good, and at best you wrote a letter to the author or something, being like, I really appreciate all the work you do, and I hope this is my favorite thing about what you do, and I hope this letter finds you well. Nowadays it's, at Gooseworks, you're a bitch because you don't let my favorite character do enough, and I hope you die. Here's your address. I'm gonna post it online, and I hope somebody kills you. Like, bro. People gotta learn how to behave again. Goddamn. I've worked in customer service, so I have no faith. Yeah. Angry simultaneously being flat and also angry. I mean, at least we're not weirdos. That is nice. You're not weirdos. You ever understood making fandoms into monoliths? Like, you can explain in simple terms, like, that's a lot of people. It is. And unfortunately, so, when it's a lot of people, it's the loud people that end up becoming the face of a community. Obviously. You go to r/ or you know, you go to some Tumblr that's dedicated to Digital Circus, since that's our topic right now, and you'll find normal people just engaging normally. But unfortunately, there are also these bad eggs who do you know, all this bad crap. And the ones who are nice and being chill are good and not doing anything wrong. And so, no point in being like, hey, look at those guys being nice and chill over there. Be more like that, cause, you know, that's not useful. So yeah, it's, you know, you do, and I've used Amazing Digital Circus as the example, but like, what I've been talking about here is kind of across the board. people feel really comfortable tweeting at celebrities and creators and, you know, actors, shit like that. They feel really comfortable having direct access to people in their eye who are that's a stranger, you know? And I think overwhelmingly that's not the best. I don't know what to do about it though. Man, I just work here. We're almost done. Gameverse getting into controversy literally days after the pilot came out is not even surprising. The online discourse machine is fucking insatiable. It's true. I don't even know what controversy... Like, listen, okay. Controversy that they could have. All the girls are gooner bait and all the boys are scrunkly bunkos. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. We don't get any hot boys. We don't get any... The only not hourglass figure girls are the funny crab. That's like a one-off character. Wow. Nothing new there. I don't understand why that took 10 years. I saw the phrase that they've been making game overs for like a decade, and I'm like, genuinely, I don't see how. I have to assume that he had an idea 10 years ago, but they haven't started proper working on it until much more recently. Because I'm like, it's animated well enough. I cannot see how it could have taken a decade to make this one pilot. Maybe that's short-sighted of me. But I'll also say, I haven't actually watched the pilot myself. I watched Critter's review of it. So maybe if I watched it, I'd be like, oh wow, actually no, yeah, this slaps. This is why, you know, I share thoughts like that, here. To, what? Maybe there's like 11 of you? I don't have the stats for that. To 11 people, you know, in what is, like, this is a public setting on a technicality, but like, I don't feel the need to add anybody. To just go on Twitter and be like, I don't like this thing. I don't think other people should like this thing. I don't know, man. It's a hard knock life being in the internet age. Things are so cool, and then also things are so bad, all at the same time. Because they wore bathing suits? Like they were in the water world? I mean, they were in a water world. What do you fucking expect? Oh no, a woman wears a bathing suit? Heaven forbid! Females exist! And they can wear clothing! Oh no! Like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. That's a stupid dumb thing to try to make a controversy about. Am I close? I am close-ish. It's almost my bedtime. I think I won't finish before bedtime. I gotta be honest. We got some backgrounds we need to do. It won't be too long though. You'll be able to wake up to see some beautiful artwork posted upon my blue sky. Phew! Done all the shading though. Now we just gotta add some simple little backgrounds and maybe clean up the text as well. Shut the fuck up, that stupid Twiins diplomat. Just watch each other's videos to know what they're up to. If I ever accidentally make something that becomes popular, I'll be slamming shut 99% of methods to be talking to me because I hate how people on the internet talk about shit. I agree. And I gotta say, even as a fan, like, I enjoy things most when I'm not in fandoms. Like, every time I've ever been to the Project Sekai subreddit, I've just gotten annoyed. The community annoys me, and the community always annoys me. Except for, like, Elden Ring. You know, I've got a couple of Elden Ring tubers that I like to watch, but I enjoy my time in fandoms the most when I'm not engaging with the rest of a fandom. I'll see you later then, Mahano. Mahono? Yeah, Mahono Taki. Sleep a good. I don't think this should take too long, though. I'll be honest. Oof. So yeah, my plan is... like a circle behind each girl. We'll do this as an example. Yeah, my plan is a circle behind each girl, and then in that circle... like, her constellation. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna go with this shade, I don't think. Actually, I guess I just will. Yeah, she gets that, and then Leo gets an orange. Oh, Cancer, I think, also gets orange, or maybe a blue? I don't know. Sagittarius's color is purple. Hang on, I'm annoyed because the circles aren't, like, the same size. Move that up. We'll color that in later. Oh, I'm a fool. Okay. They're not all gonna be orange. I'm going to color them in, but I wanted them all to be the same size. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, okay, okay. Hang on, I'm focusing. Cool, okay. Nice, okay. Placeholder orange, yeah. I feel like the only reason people call them Gooner bait is because there's so much porn. I think it's because they're all just cute hourglass figures. There's not really any variety with the girls, and I think the thing that makes it more, like, it stands out more because every important male character is like a scrunkly. Like Kit is a cute cat girl who's an hourglass, and then Caboodle, who's the other protagonist, is a tiny little robot who's a sphere. And the female villain is another cute hourglass figure, the exact same body. And then her partner is like a guy made out of paper, so he's like triangles and he can like fold up, and so it's like, I think that's the thing. I think it's just a little bit like, oh cool, the girls are all cute, and then the boys are like little freakos. And I think that's where the narrative is coming from. There we go. I think the one I love most is Sagittarius. I love how you did the horse legs. They're pretty cool. I'm really happy with how they came out too, I gotta be honest. It's kind of bright. There we go. want you to be a different shade. There we go. I found it. Don't worry. I'm not sure what Gemini's color is. I'll make sure I do the ones that I'm, like, confident about first. Okay, cool. Only boys are allowed to be ugly. It's true. That's because all girls are pretty. Hadoy. Okay, Cancer can have orange too. Yeah, we can have a second good orange in here. And then I think Gemini's gonna get yellow. But I don't want it to be the same shade as her wing back there. Nice. And then blue. Nice. They all have their color. Hell yeah. All women are queens. Exactly. Also, show by Rubber Ross, those character descriptions you give tracks with his works. Well, yeah. Listen, like, they are cute designs for the girls. I just wish we got some, like, handsome boys. But, like, I could say that sentence for basically every single thing that comes out. Circle color is your team. Who in which team? Oh, I accidentally bumped my my water bottle there. God damn. Okay, cool. Almost done. Let's get this text looking nice. And then we'll jump to the scary part, which is the constellations. So, yeah. The big thing with the text is just a little hard to read. I want to give them all a border, basically. Oh, and I can do that so easily. Is that legible? Maybe a darker color. Yeah, baby! Okay, great. Easy. Cool. Now time to do that scary part and put some constellations in here. Also, look at this. Watch this. Hang on. Nope. Well, yes, but... remove the boxes. Remove the words. Look at how fun that looks. I just like color. But this is a good time to question, do we want to keep the boxes, or do we want them all kind of just floating in space around each other? Let me hear your thoughts. If you're given an artist, an art request, not commission, not being paid, or given a deadline, can it take a month to show them something? If there is no payment happening, then that either means you kind of have no obligation to make it. So, a month? Sure. If you're just not gonna work on it, tell them that. Or, that applies to me, that they are standing right in front of you. Like at a con, hey, can I request this picture? Yeah, sure. You do it right there in front of them. It doesn't take you very long. You give them the finished piece. Maybe it took you 3 minutes to do it. That's what I say. Fascinating question. Floating in space? The girls were teleported to the back rooms. Phew, they're back. Alright, cool. We'll keep them like this for right now. Let's get these constellations in here. I'm helping someone with character design for a game on Discord, and it's been a month since either of us talked. I see. It sounds like neither of you are very interested in this, this adventure, then. That's what it sounds like to me. Okay. Oh, it's so tiny. I do need the girls to all vanish. So I can make their constellations without them in the way. Okay, cool. We can hide their names, though. The names are also a little in the way. Okay, great. Cool. Now let's just draw some stars. We don't need to be super particular with this part. Thought the audio went out, but my headphones disconnected. Or connected to Bluetooth on their own. Fascinating. Yeah, listen, if you're still waiting on info from them, there's nothing you can do. If you're waiting for art, then being like, hey man, when's that happening? Then all you can do is reach out. Huh, no yellow girls. Incorrect, Judge. This one's technically yellow. It's just, listen, yellow's a small color. There's not a lot of yellow. That's like, if you wander too far, it becomes green. If you wander too far the other way, it becomes orange. Maybe we green it up a little bit. There you go. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, great. Cool. Whoopsies, poopsies, doopsels. Now it's the question of also, what color do I make these, like, constellations behind them? Maybe white? So it's like... Yeah, pretend that looks good, and then... Yeah, I think white's the way to go. What do you guys think? Have a nice shift. Adios! I hope work is fast and easy and fun. I think I should eat something. Well, go do that. I'll make some stars. Leave me on as background noise. High praise. Okay. We've got a star there. And then a big star here. And a star. And a star. Aries' constellation is pretty fucking boring. Oh my fucking god. Are you joshing me? Are you... I'm just on the wrong layer. Stay the fuck over there. And you. Get out of here. Alright. Goddamn. Okay. It's because I've named them wrong. That's how that keeps happening. I'm like, why? It's okay. I'm gonna like a star there, And then a big star. Wow. Wow, Taurus is complex. I've done this poorly. Hang on. We'll start at the big ones, at the ends. At the end of the tuning fork. What's everyone's plans for dinner today? Anyone got any dinner plans? I don't know what we're doing, but I'm getting hungry. I need to double check that this actually looks good before I waste an hour drawing constellations. I feel like you can't even see it behind them. Exactly what I was worried would happen. Alright, then I'm not gonna do that. They could just have their cute colors. A great idea. 10 out of 10 thought. Not gonna work out. Ordering pizza, that's pretty fun. Ordered burgers and shakes. Okay, I gotta ignore this question because I asked and now I'm just starving. My lunch was so bad. My lunch was like some chicken and a pile of cottage cheese. Ate dinner already because of time zones. Well, that's alright. Well then, great. We finished the picture. Yippee! Hooray! Hooray! I'm gonna wrap up stream, and then eat Cheetos for breakfast. I hope you had more than that. I suggest they're symbols, lol. Yeah. I think the colors are fun. It separates them, while also, like, you know, giving a little bit of life behind them. Yeah, never ask food questions or go grocery shopping when you're eating. You're so right. Scorpio looks the best. I'm glad you think so. You'll be able to purchase all of your favorites as stickers, very reasonably priced. I will be getting that situated as soon as possible, and I will tweet out once the fourth wall page is updated. So yippee! Golly, a long art stream. Time to hi, honey. Oh, so stretchy. Vincent has showed up. Twiins' witchy voice. Been talking too long. Talking too long at you guys. Voice is getting all crunchy and bad. I know. Oh my gosh. And it's dinner time for handsome little boys, isn't it? Oh man. So hungry. Alright. Yeah, I gotta feed my handsome guys and make my art purchasable. So adios. See you next time. Thanks for being here. Make smart choices. Drink your vegetables. Eat your water. And goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.